Just want to mention that I have a shop card here today from Shaggy's Awesome Garage. It's pretty cool. Shaggy's a laid-back guy. He's got some pretty cool builds on his channel. And especially check out this truck, because this truck is from the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But he built the truck, but he made a whole diorama for it from a scene in the movie. It's really, really cool. There's a lot of small details. I mean, he captured the whole thing. He did an excellent job of replicating that scene. This is pretty cool too. He has this custom trailer that he made, scratch built. So he's good at scratch building things, because there's other things that he's made. And he did one on several. He has a video that talks about some other dioramas that he has. One of the things he made was more like a prop. He made the 4 stones from, now I can't think of the movie. Oh, that's embarrassing. I hate getting old. I can remember my name. Anyway, he's very good at making stuff from scratch. So, and this RX-7 is pretty neat. This 44 is cool. That's 132 scale. He's got this Revell. I think it's an Indy car or a dirt track car or something. But that's pretty cool too, because of course it has a trailer, and it's got some custom stuff done to the trailer that he did himself. So it's pretty cool. It's Shaggy's Awesome Garage, and it's awesome. It's spelled AWWSM, which actually stands for Anything with Wheels Scale Models. Pretty clever, huh? But he's definitely worth checking out. And recently, he moved into another house, so he's got an all new setup in his model room and everything. So be sure and check that out, because he's like raring to go. He's got it all set up to do his modeling and everything. So he's going to be pretty busy for a while. He also sent me this sticker to go with it, so I appreciate it, Shaggy. And I can't wait to see what else you make, really. For some strange reason, he only has like 197 followers or something like that, and it's really hard to believe. I mean, the guy's got some cool stuff. So I would definitely go over there, check it out, and give him a thumbs up, and then join up, because he definitely, you never know what he's going to show. That's for sure. He doesn't do anything like right out of the box. He does all this custom stuff, all these different ideas he has going on. So he's definitely worth checking out. And like I say, he's an interesting guy. He's got some good stories. He's laid back. It's pretty cool. Good morning, or this afternoon, or whatever time you have to watch this video. This is just a update showing some things and a few kits that I got in the last while. Some of these I've been waiting on since, well, one of them I think the end of 2024, and then one of them, the other ones, one of them I just had to wait like weeks, almost a month. I mean, just the way it is, and they're all spaced apart. But anyway, rather than show them one at a time, I just waited until I have something to show, because I don't get too many model kits anyway. But we'll start small. This is my super glue. I just get this at the Dollar Tree. I used to use like regular bottles, like probably like this, but a lot of times this one, this one's okay, but a lot of times these would harden up before I had a chance to use it, and they're not cheap. So by using the little tubes, if I'm using a tube and I go a long time without using it and it hardens up, it's not a problem. I have another tube. and I actually bought 2 packages. And there's, dollar stores everywhere where I live. I mean, I think I passed 2 just on the way home alone. So I have those. I did order me some new goggles, safety goggles, and I have a set of these which I've used for years. What I like about them is my glasses will fit inside of them and allow me to get a fit on them. And I usually use it when I'm using automotive paint, not with my airbrush or anything, but if I'm using it outside, I don't want the wind blowing that stuff in my eyes. It just irritates me. So I put this over my eyes, and then I can spray and do whatever. I don't use it all the time, but usually with automotive paint I do. So I have one of those. I got my clear actually today. This is my Tamiya clear, and that's what I'm going to shoot over the bat plane. So that'll not only make it glossy, but I'm hoping it will give it a blue tint to be similar to the box. So we'll see how that works out. But I have done it once before. I don't remember what I used it on, and I'm not 100% sure whether... I'm pretty sure I liked it. Whatever it was a positive result. I just remember how well the blue showed up, because I think I did it around in the 80s or 90s. I'm not sure. The truck is coming along. These are some parts that have been painted, and they've got a clear coat on them, and got the cab. And I finished filling in the holes, and then I shot it. This is automotive paint, and I used my glasses, my new goggles there, and then I'll clear coat it, and then it'll just look like the rest of it. So that's where we're at on that. I did have a chance to use my airbrush the other day, so I was able to finish painting green. The body I'd already painted, but I didn't have a lot of paint left, and I painted the body and a couple other. I started on the front portion of the car, and then that's when the old airbrush took a crap. So the new airbrush, I finished painting all these individual parts, just regular parts, and then I've clear coated everything. There's high and low spots because I just really couldn't see what I was doing with the airbrush. I mean, I really wasn't sure how it was going on. So, but I'm happy with it. It still came out all right. And I've mentioned way back in some other videos, that's a Mustang color actually, not a Camaro color. It's like the Need for Green or something, like some weird name. And not that I necessarily like green, but I just thought it'd be something interesting I don't normally use. And I think it came out. So I could probably build the rest of the car now. So all these projects are coming, getting some work done on all of them at the same time. So I'm happy about that. And I can actually get some physical work done on them. I did want to mention something when I showed the buggy, but there was one thing I forgot to do in the buggy, and that was put the antenna on it. Because I wanted to do this, and I had thought of the idea, but then when I had finished the car and I thought I was all done and I made a video and everything, a few days later it came to me that I forgot to put the antenna on. So there it is. I don't know if you remember during the day, but back when dune buggies and all that stuff was popular, everybody had one of these antennas with a big flag, orange flag on the back. So can't go without that. So that's the small stuff that I got. So I had got this kit off Amazon. It was like $20, and they have free shipping, so I didn't have to pay shipping. And I like the vans. I thought this was cool. I had my eye on this van for a long time, or the High Ace van. It comes in a couple different boxes, with different wheels and all that. This is the Silk Blaze version, and it comes with specific wheels. So it's a huge box. I mean, it's pretty big. But I'm not going to really do an opening, be a review or nothing, but I think it comes with the stock grill and the silk blaze parts, or just in a separate bag. That's fine. Comes with window masks. Awesome. That's the van. That's a pretty good sized van. I mean, it's pretty cool. The windows are tinted, so it should be fun. Of course, it's a curbside, but who's going to want to look at the engine on a van anyway? You know? And I don't remember, I had to look through the instructions again, but, you know, some of these kits, they come with extra parts and they don't tell you that on the box. So they may tell you, but I can't read Japanese, so. But I just think it's cool. I like it. I like the boxiness of it. And I like the wheels. I like all this stuff going on here. It's pretty cool. And even though this is not a new kit, I have another van that I had gotten. I've had this for years. I think I ordered this one directly from Japan at the time. This is a Nissan van. And same thing, I just thought it was interesting. You know, because it's low to the ground. It's got some ground effects on it. You know, you can build it a couple different ways. This one's with here it has the ground effects, and here's all the just custom. I'm guessing that's custom there, the way the grills are. So I just thought it was cool, and I haven't opened this box in a long time, years. Let's see if it has. This also has tinted windows, so that's pretty cool. It even has the lines for the defroster in the back window. A lot of stuff in here. 2 sets of wheels. Can't go wrong there. You know. Yeah, that's pretty cool too. There's the tires and the chassis. But this one I've had for years. And there's a lot of things, you know, you can do with a van. Although this is a passenger van, so it has windows in it. But you could still put some cool decals on the side or something, and make it some kind of transport or whatever you want to make it. Well, that kit's not brand new. That's just a kit that I have, but it's the only other van kit I have. And then this is the one I was really waiting for I don't know, a month or 2 months, 3 months. Was this Toronto, because it's, you know, got the lift kit on it. So the only thing I don't like is this one is molded in black, which kind of limits your choices. Unless I think, to me, a white primer will cover that if I want to paint it a different color. But I'm you know, I still wanted it. Again, this was $19 on Amazon with free shipping. So hey, $20, you can't go wrong. This has some terrain. Now this does come with some. This one does come with extra parts, I believe. Let's see what they show. I'm not going to do like the whole unboxing, but I just want to check and see, because I have the stock version of this truck. So it comes with side steps, mud flaps, and I guess side steps and mud flaps. I guess that's it for this one, this version. So they're just giving you spacers. I mean, here's the lift kit here. They're using spacers on the struts, which is what trucks use today. If you're lifting them higher than stock, they come with a big, you know, it's like a big rubber phenolic bushing like thing that goes in on the struts, you know, and that's how they lift the vehicle without doing a lot of other, you know, lift kit geometry and everything. Usually you can put a body lift or a strut lift on there